welcome back to the channel and welcome to what is finally a kind of a cool day. Yes indeed, the temperature has finally dropped and that means just one thing. We can finally get into some stout, and this one, as I say with a lot of beers, but this one's been sat at the front of the fridge for a while because I really wanted to try it. There's been a lot of hype about this beer, a lot of people saying it really is just basically one of the best modern craft stouts, full stop. Is it? Well, we'll find out. It's from Arbor. It's my first ever beer from Arbor, in fact, and it's called Cafe Creme, Cafe Creme, whatever you want to call it. I can see in massive letters on the back of the can, I don't even need to pick it up, that it is a luxurious oatmeal stout brewed with freshly ground coffee and roasted cacao nib. This has some serious promise, So, it's finally cool enough to drink it. Let's not waste any time. Firstly, here is a quick look at the can. And there we have it, that very standard Arbor artwork that's become pretty iconic recently, online at least. Let's do this. Oh, that was a feisty one. Big crack on the can there. I did forget to say, this was 6.9%, which is quite a way to turbocharge your Thursday evening, but hey. It may not be Thursday for you, of course, but it is Thursday here. Quite a lively stout. I've creamy poured that, as always. What's really quite annoying is, normally when I'm not on camera I can actually pour quite well, but I think there's something about the angle I tried to do that for the camera that really butchers it, but hey ho, that looks properly good, doesn't it? It's got the head is full of tiny bubbles actually. I don't think it's going to go anywhere very quickly, which is a bit inconvenient, but it's just, I don't know, the way that moves around in the glass a bit lazily. It's going to be, I feel like this is going to be quite the indulgent experience. Now, aromas: deep toffee, treacle, coffee, sweet and bitter notes in there, pretty roasty espresso vibes. Now, I'm a huge fan of espresso and coffee in general. I don't always get on with coffee beer, coffee stouts. I don't know why. Sometimes I find them a bit much, but I have to say this smells like it's probably going to have quite good balance. So let's get into it. Cheers. Ooh. Oh, there's heaps of flavour in there, heaps of flavour. Now, my initial reaction, as you can probably tell, isn't that of, this is the greatest stout I've ever tried. A lot of people think it's impeccable. There's two problems here. One is the fact that once you've kind of been told something is simply incredible, it often loses effect when you try it because you don't get the surprise element. And I'm probably guilty of doing that to some people. When I rave about the beer, then they buy it and they go, well, it's okay, but so yeah, I get it, it's annoying. But also, it is quite coffee heavy. Which it should be, as advertised, of course, but it is well balanced though. I'm struggling. It's got all the characteristics of a coffee stout that I typically, that kind of suggest I won't like it, but actually, it's got just enough sweet and creaminess in there to really balance it out. So let's go for a full top to bottom taste test. Initially, sweet milk, lactose on the front of the tongue. I'm fairly confident this has got lactose in it, but I mean the cream bit surely must have. You get that kind of nice sensation. The next phase isn't hugely flavourful actually. That sweetness carries on. You start to get kind of just a hint of coffee, a hint of chocolate, but not anything massive. And to be honest, the chocolate doesn't really go any further from there. There's kind of just that nod in that middle stage of a bit of something light in there, and then just before and as you swallow it, that flavour kind of crashes about and you get almost everything in one go. Coffee, bitterness, sweetness. I feel like the sweetness is probably from the cacao, even though cacao nibs are actually quite bitter. You don't really get the chocolatey vibe though. You get some more of that kind of sweet, lactosey, coating the mouth sensation. And then the aftertaste. is like a sugared espresso, a sweet espresso. I think the aroma is doing a lot of the legwork on this beer. Because as soon as you put your nose anywhere near it, it's like deep roasted bonfire, and then coffee, chocolate, loads of stuff going on. But actually, if I hold my nose, I'm not going to actually hold my nose, but if I don't breathe in through my nose while drinking it, it doesn't really have the same effect. It's not anywhere near as intense. I know a lot of what you taste is with your nose, but to say how potent it is on the nose, it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't quite follow through. That said, it's a very good beer. I do like this. Offer it me on tap, I will gladly take a pint from you. Worry not, but it's solid. It's a solid beer. It's not absolutely blowing me away, but it is a very solid beer. Now, let's take a look at the can and finish off what's in here, of course. So, Arbor Cafe Creme Coffee and Chocolate Stout, 440ml can, 6.9%, so the can is 3 whole UK units. Best before the 25th of September next year, so that's over a year away, which is quite impressive. Doesn't say when it was canned. Luxurious oatmeal stout brewed with freshly ground coffee and roasted cacao nib. Contains malted barley, wheat and oats. No lactose. Well. So obviously that body and kind of creamy sensation is from the oats, but that's very impressive. I was fairly confident there's lactose in that, and there's not. So brewed and canned in the UK by Arbor Ales in Bristol. Not a lot else actually. Just import information for other countries, and that it's please drink sensibly and that it's vegan. So there's nothing else on it. The can, I don't know if you could tell actually when I held it up. There's it's not actually a plain kind of cream design. In the light, I don't know if you'll be able to tell. It's actually a nice leaf effect going through there. Look, yeah, you can see it, which is quite nice. I don't know, I think I hyped this beer up too much in my head, having it hang around for a while. It's really nice. It's really, really nice. Had I known nothing about this beer and just picked this up in a supermarket, in which it is available, by the way, I believe, in either Waitrose or Marks and Spencer's. I got it from a bottle shop via a friend who bought me a load of beers from Bristol, which is where, obviously, why this was there. But this is available in some supermarkets, some more expensive supermarkets, but some supermarkets nonetheless. I think I would have been very happy, but I'm not really getting a lot of the chocolate through. But it is good. It is solid. I don't know. I'll tell you what. I wanted this to be a touch sweeter and a touch more chocolatey, and then I think I would have crowned it one of the best stouts ever. The body's incredible. The mouthfeel, the coffee element itself is so true to form. It's really good. I've just realised that in the ingredients, yeah, it just says contains. Obviously it doesn't contain lactose because it's vegan friendly, but that might not be all the ingredients because it just says contains malted barley, wheat and oats along with, and then before it says with ground coffee and fresh cacao nibs. It doesn't mention the hops on there. I assume there are some in it. So yeah, we're not entirely sure on the full ingredient list really with that, but I don't know. I would buy this again. I feel like I'm being very critical about a beer that I actually really like. That level of disappointment, that level of anticipation is always very hard to actually come to form when you've hyped something up in your head. So, you know what? It's a great beer. I would buy it again. You should probably try it if you're into your stouts, especially if you're into your coffee stouts, because the coffee element of this is absolutely spot on. But don't buy it in hope for a super kind of treacly sweet chocolate and coffee thing, because, well, it's not doing it for me, if I'm honest. This is all about the coffee, not about a lot else. But in that regard, it does a fantastic job, so I think we'll leave it there. It's a cold day, cool day anyway, so I think I'm going to break out another stout that possibly will be what I was kind of hoping for from this. So in the next video, if you see me wearing the same t-shirt with the same colours behind me, then you know that I went for another one. But until then, as always, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it if you haven't already subscribed, if you will be so kind, and I'll catch you very soon. Cheers.